You're tracking your food, you're in a deficit, and the scales aren't moving. What is going wrong? Hello, I'm Charlie, and I'm the co-founder of Potential Coaching. And over the past 3 years, we have helped transform over 500 people's lives. If you're looking for help with your weight loss journey, there'll be a link in the description below. What I want you to look at is if you're not losing weight, you're probably not in a deficit. Now, there can be many factors for why you're not in a deficit. You might not be tracking your food correctly. Now, if you want the correct way to track your food, what I'm going to do is recommend you buying some electronic weigh-in scales and weigh everything in grams or milliliters, nothing else. If you're using cups as a measurement, that can sometimes be a very awkward measurement because everyone's cups can be slightly different. You can have one scooped one over scooped one. So just take out the guesswork, take everything and use it as grams or milliliters. Also, make sure you are tracking things like your cooking oils, your sauces and drinks. These are invisible calories which could be knocking you out of your deficit. Yes, you can just go, oh, I'll just track this into my thing as I've eyeballed a portion and I know exactly what this is like. But do you know the exact measurements? No. You could be adding an extra 10 to 15 grams of food here and there, which might not seem like a lot, but if you're doing that for every single food item that you're having throughout the day, you could be having 200 to 300 calories extra per day. And then the biggest one is either the weekends or the little extras. If you're just picking at things as you go throughout the day and you're not inputting it, you're not tracking it, you don't know exactly what you're having, you could be having so many extra calories without even thinking about it. Then you've got the weekends. If you're more social, you like to go out, again, these can add extra calories in. I've actually done a video on how to navigate the weekends, so if you want to watch it, it'll be linked in the description. Then you've also got to look at your body will adapt. Now, your NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, which steps fall into, can drop when you diet. You'll start to move less without realizing. That is your body just in fight or flight trying to protect himself from being on less calories. It wants to preserve as much energy as possible. So what you either need to do is be looking at your movement across the day. Let's say you're doing 8,000 and you've been consistently doing for 8,000. What I want you to do is add an extra 2,000 on and just increase that. Push that number up a little bit more. Test yourself. As you eat in a deficit for a long time, your metabolism will start to adjust to the lower intake. Basically, let's say when you started, this was your deficit, this was your metabolism, and you've not moved your deficit at all since you started. And basically what's happening is your metabolism is slowly coming down and it will match your input. So what you've got to do is drop your calories a little bit more. If you've been on 1,500 calories for a year and the scales haven't moved for 3 months, drop your calories by 200. Do it. You'll see the results after. A real big killer in terms of scale weight is water retention. It can mask your weight loss because the scales will jump up and down for no matter what reason, and the things that can impact it, if you have a high salt day, you might find, let's say after you have a Chinese or after you have a takeaway, as it's saltier food, you might feel a little bit more bloated afterwards. That is just because it's got high sodium. Then you could also be very stressed or have a stressful period. That can cause water retention. And carbs. For every gram of carb, it holds on to 3 to 4 milliliters of water, which again is water retention. That's not me saying cut out carbs, but if you have a day where you've got 200 grams of carbs and a day where you've got 100 grams of carbs, there's a big difference. Your body will hold on to a lot more water on the day of 200 than the day of 100, which means that progress is happening, especially if you're in a deficit, in a true deficit. You can't always see it. It's all about consistency. Whenever anyone goes into a deficit, they expect to see results yesterday rather than looking 10 steps ahead, like in 6 months' time, I will be in this position. It's always, I should be already in this position. Wait, take your time, be consistent, and you'll see the results come. So this is what I want you to actually do going forward. I want you to make sure that you tighten up your tracking. So for one whole week, weigh literally everything. Every little bit of food, every little bit of drink, every little condiment that's going to be passing your body, I want you to weigh it all out. If you can sit and say, over a week, I've weighed everything out, I've been as consistent as possible with the nutrition, there's nothing slipped that I haven't tracked, or I haven't eaten anything that I haven't tracked, then after that, we'll just say, drop the calories by 100. We're probably not in a calorie deficit as much as you think. Once we've got that week of tracking, we'll then reassess the calorie targets. If we've been fully consistent for a week, we're going to drop the calories by 100. I also would like you to increase your steps by 2,000 after the week. So the main focus is fully track for a week, then drop the calories by 100 and increase the steps by 2,000. That will create the deficit that will get things moving again. I also want you to take progress photos and measurements. Scale weight is just one piece to the puzzle with weight loss. There are many other factors that you can look at for losing weight. Could it be how your clothes are fitting? Could it be old photos, you compare them? And then you've got measurements as well. All of these things will show if you're losing body fat. And finally, just be honest with yourself. If you can hands down say you're being 100% consistent and the scales aren't moving, you've got the tools above for what to do. But the biggest problem will be if you're lying to yourself. That will prove it. Data does not lie. The scales will not change if you're not being adherent to your plan. If you like this video, please make sure you like and subscribe. I'm going to be posting 2 weight loss videos every single week to help with your weight loss journey.